This is a tutorial on how to make a little dress. You will be needing a gently used bedsheet or lightweight fabric, sewing thread, a sewing machine, sewing neckline binding, and pattern pieces. You will first need to lay down the pattern pieces. The longest straight side will be on the fold of the fabric. You will then clip the fold so it's ready to cut. After securing the pin with pins and clips, you will then cut out the pattern piece. You can use a rotary cutter if you are more experienced. However, I would use a cutting mat, or you could just cut it with normal fabric shears. After unclipping the fabric, you should have a back and front piece for the dress. Now it's time to clip the shoulders in 3, 2, 1. After clipping the dress pieces pretty to pretty side, it's time to sew the shoulders. Stitch in a straight line across the shoulder seams. Don't forget to backstitch. After sewing the shoulder seams, it's time to serge. Serging makes sure that none of the fabric gets loose. Put the fabric underneath the serger, and after, leave a little tail at the end and then cut. You will be doing this for both shoulder seams to make sure it's secure. Next, open up the dress to make one big long piece. Serge the shoulder and sleeve part. Next, pin each side of the sleeves, giving about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Next, sew a straight stitch, 1/4 seam allowance on the sleeves. Make sure you do both sides. After, sew the sides of the dresses and then serge the sides of the dresses and the bottom of the dress. By serging the dress on the sides and also on the bottom of the dress, there's a better chance that the dress will be more secure. Next, you will hem the dress. Fold the dress unpretty to unpretty, about 1/4 seam allowance. And then you're going to be sewing all around the dress to make the clean hem. Sew a straight line around the dress to create the hem. Make sure you use pins to help better guide when you sew. Next, you would add the neckline binding. You're going to use the very top of the first line and you're going to pin that part. You're going to first sew on the very first line on the very top, and then that will be the first step. Please make sure to secure the neckline binding all around the neck portion of the dress. After sewing the first line of the neckline binding, flip the neckline binding around and then sew the other side to close the neckline binding. The goal is to have the second line flipped over to the other side of the fabric to create a straight edge. This is the finished product. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Gold Award account for more updates on the project.